inspirational, speaking about mothers and their children. And so enjoy. Okay?
Hello, hello. Great evening, you beautiful divine beings. You all look amazing. Give yourselves a round of applause for showing up for you tonight. Yes. One time for the moms in the building. Again, my name is Jess the Divine Hippie. I am a free-spirited servant of God, and my assignment is to remind you of the innate divine power that dwells inside of each and every one of you. Okay? And to spark something inside of your soul that makes you want to activate that power on a higher level in your life. Now, I am also a mother to two beautiful children. I have a young king named Joshua who's 7. Hey, baby. And I have a baby goddess named Say who is a year old. Yes, y'all, I have a 1-year-old. I literally feel like a new mom all over again after 6 years. And let me tell y'all, I'm to and through. I am to and through, okay? I used to be the woman who wanted 5 kids, a minivan, and sports balls rolling off in the back, but I'm not built for that. I'm not built for it. But they are the greatest gifts that God has given me in this lifetime. I'm so grateful to be a mom. Motherhood is a beautiful thing. It's an honor, right? It's such a pleasure. And at this moment, I do want to hold space if there's anyone here who has a mom who has transitioned. I just want to have a moment of silence to honor that mother, mom or moms, and welcome her in if you want her to be honored as well. Thank you. Yes, motherhood is a beautiful thing. There is no love like the love of a mother. Okay? We don't play about our kids, right? We'll get arrested behind our kids without regret. Be up in there like, yeah, that was me. Take me to my cell, no interrogation needed. You got the wrong mommy today. Okay? We'll stay up super late, wake up super early to cut cute faces from bread for our child's lunch and put a sticky note in there with a loving message. We'll pull up to the superintendent's office unannounced to make sure that our child gets into the school that we picked. That was her. And the list goes on and on and on, right? We don't play about our kids, period. We are the natural nurturers of this world. We nourish, we educate, we protect and comfort, we encourage. We are essentially what our children grow to learn that love is. And that's why motherhood is so powerful. Our nurturing has the ability to change the climate of this world. We can literally make this world a better place based on how we nurture, train, love, and teach our children. What a role we take on, right? The Bible says to train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Now, them teenage years, the teenage years might cause you to lose a little hope. I know I stressed my mama all the way out when I was a teenager. But typically, when we become adults, we get hit by life, we learn some valuable lessons, and most of us, we return back to our roots, our foundation. The foundation is home, it's the safety net, right? But yes, we do have the power to make this world a better place by raising more loving human beings. What a role we take on. Like, do we ever think about that? That is such a role. No title or position in corporate America could ever compare. Elder. Okay, let me emphasize that. And we don't give ourselves enough credit. It's second nature to us. We just do it, right? But even the world doesn't give us enough credit. You know, it bothers me that in 2022, maternity leave is still about paid 6 to 8 weeks, right? Okay, cool. But when mommy goes back to work, hormones still all over the place, dealing with separation anxiety from baby, sometimes postpartum depression. When mommy goes back to work in that state, sometimes there's still not even a safe and designated place for her to pump milk for baby. That discourages me. So right here, right now, in Concord, North Carolina, at Hawthorne After Glenn's Taco About a Great Mom, I just ask that you allow me to hold space to acknowledge you for a praise break and let you know that you are doing an amazing and wonderful job. You don't get enough appreciation, but you are so worthy to be appreciated, okay? The world doesn't understand. They don't know the load that we take on. But baby, you doing it, okay? You're killing it, okay? Children, I want you to look at your moms and say, Mom, I love you dearly. Tell her, Mom, I love you dearly. You are so worthy, and I appreciate all that you do. Now give her a hug and a kiss. Y'all go to bed early, so Mom has some be time. But yeah, we're so used to just picking up the bag of bricks, throwing it over our back, and we rip and run throughout the day, layering each brick, right? But so often, we don't leave a brick for our peace, for our rest, for our growth and development, for our passions, hobbies, purpose, anything that makes us feel good. And we have to make time for ourselves. Okay? That's the secret to becoming better at what we do. We have to make the time for ourselves. Ayanna Vincent said, what overflows from the cup, that's for everybody else, right? But what's in the cup is ours, and we must keep our cups full. And I know y'all looking at me like, we ain't got time for that. I know. As a mom, we can literally think of a mustard seed of time that we could even imagine having for ourselves, right? But baby, let me tell you, make the time, okay? Your time could be in the shower, okay? The shower was my place for a long time, y'all. I actually used to call them my healing showers. I would decompress, I would cry, I would pray, I would meditate in the shower. So if the shower is the time that you may have just for you, that's your space. That's your mommy time. I encourage you to use that space to slow down your day instead of rushing to wash and think about all of the things that you have to do once you get out. Let that time be for you. Dance, listen to your favorite podcast, talk to yourself, whatever you need to do to fill yourself up and be rejuvenated. Okay? Because when we keep our cups full, that allows us to show up more complete, more full as mothers, as wives, as sisters, as business owners, employees, all of the roles that we take on. That allows us to show up more present. When we don't feed and nurture our souls, we're drained, we're empty, our cup is empty. Sometimes that could show up as being less patient. That could show up as hostility or feeling overwhelmed and anxious. So we have to keep our cups full. Make the time. Last year, as I was going through divorce, which I'm still going through, y'all pray for me, and battling depression and anxiety, there was a day where God said, Jessica, until you fully love yourself and take care of you, you will never be able to fully show up and love your children the way that they need and deserve you to. And y'all, that tore me up, okay? It ate me to my core. It made me feel sick to my stomach. I can literally feel it all over again. But it caused a major shift in my life. It caused me to be more intentional about my growth and healing. And doing the things that I know that I needed so that I could be the best version of myself for my children and for any other person that was a loving. Right? So make the time, okay? Not only does us making the time for ourselves allow us to show up more complete, but it gives us like the opportunity to go inward, right? It gives us the opportunity to get to know ourselves a little bit better, to build a relationship with ourselves and God in a more intimate way. We get tapped into our inner power, and we can feed our souls exactly what it needs. And when we feed our souls, things start to happen. And I'm going to break down an acronym for soul, but before we do that, I want you to take out your phone and open up your notes. And I would like for you to write down at least 3 things that you can start implementing into your mommy time. 3 things that will fill you up. 3 things that will add to your peace. And do at least one of them a day. Just one a day. We're so used to hearing self-care, self-love Sunday. We cannot do everything that we need for ourselves in one day. Self-love is an everyday task. At least 3 things that you can start to implement into your daily life. And if you get stuck during this practice, no judgment, because there was a time where I didn't know what I liked, what I needed. I had lost myself completely. So if you don't know what you may be able to implement into mommy time, think about who you were before children, who you were before marriage and the relationship. What fueled you then, before the stressful job? And bring those back around and implement them into mommy time. Okay? And something that we could all do as we go about our daily lives is just take note of our experience. Take note of the moments when you're smiling, when you're laughing hysterically. Those small moments of euphoria. What is happening? If that's something that you can implement into mommy time, whatever that experience or activity is, bring it on over to mommy time. It could be a person who just makes you release and you feel just rejuvenated after every conversation or just being in their presence. Call them during mommy time, okay? Let them know you have set mommy time at this time, be available, okay? So yes, we have to make the time for mommy time and to edify our souls. Edifying our souls, the acronym for soul. I also want you to write this down. S, strength. Strength. O, observation. Observation. U, uprooting. 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 And L is life. Life. Okay. When we start to make that time to feed and nurture our souls, we gain strength. We gain strength through self-awareness. Once we truly know who we are, not who the world says we are, who social media says we are. Once we truly know who we are, we gain the strength to make the best decisions for ourselves in any moment, period. And that trickles down to our babies. They get the benefit from that. Also, when we take the time to edify our souls, it allows for observation. We get the privilege of observing inward and seeing what may need to be adjusted within, right? Like, where is healing needed? Where is growth needed? We get that pleasure to go deeper. And then that allows us to uproot, right? We get to uproot what no longer serves us, what we can toss out and replace with things that are going to benefit us, to catapult us to the best version of ourselves. And once we uproot them, whatever it could be, bad habits, toxic relationships, self-sabotage, because we don't give ourselves enough grace as mothers. I know I can testify for that. But once we're able to uproot, heal them, and replace them with things that are going to benefit our growth, then we get to L, y'all. We can take life by the horns and be in control of our own destiny, because we have that power. We have that capability. Remember the power I told you about at the beginning? It was instilled in you before you were ever born. Okay, God knew you before you were placed in a womb. And each and every one of us has a gift living on the inside of us that the world needs. Each and every one of us has a special cloak over our lives. And yes, I came here today to honor and appreciate you as a mother, because you definitely deserve that. But more importantly, I came to remind you of that superpower that you possess. Not only as a mother, but as an individual. Because underneath the title of a mom, a daughter, a sister, an employee, a business owner, there is an individual. And there is an individual soul that needs to be nurtured. So yes, as you are making time for your mommy time, I also encourage you to sit and ponder. Why am I here? What is my purpose? What is my calling? Pay attention to the things that you're really good at, that come easily for you, that you do effortlessly. And it may not even be something that you like doing, but it's something that comes without effort and you're super at it. That's your gift. And that can and will be used for the better good of the world in your purpose. Let me tell you, if y'all would have told me 2 years ago I'd be standing right here talking to y'all, I would have laughed and called you crazy. This was not a part of my plan for my life whatsoever. Actually dislike public speaking. But this was God's plan over my life. And I know that there is something that needs to come out of me to touch other people. There's something that I need to do in this land that is major and bigger than me. And that's also in every single one of you. Okay? And as you remind yourself daily, taking your mommy time. Y'all better be taking mommy time. As you remind yourself daily of the power that you hold during mommy time, I also want you to keep in mind to tell your children that they also hold this same power. They're also uniquely and wonderfully made, and that they have the capability to do major things in this world, that they will be world-changing, world leaders. And then you'll lead by example. And they'll follow right along in your footsteps. Right? Now, if you already know what your purpose is, that is amazing. It takes many of us a very long time to get there. But are you watering it? Are you living it? Are you walking in it? Don't allow fear or just the judgment of others to hold you back from what your purpose is in life. I'll never forget Steve Harvey saying, I would hate to die not doing what I came here to do. And I was like, okay, let me get up and do it. Let me get up. Okay? We all have a designated spot here, and no one can fill your position the way that you can. That's what makes it so special, and that's why we need it. No one is you. You are uniquely you. You were handcrafted, handpicked. No one has the same fingerprint as you, like you are literally you. So we need whatever you have to offer. And not only will it benefit the world, but it'll allow you to live full and also be the best version of yourselves. Repeat after me. I am a great mother.
I am a great mother.
Yes, you are. I am capable of all things.
I am capable of all things.
Yes, you are. I possess the power to change the world.
I possess the power to change the world.
And you do, okay? I am fearfully and wonderfully made.
I am fearfully and wonderfully made.
And you are. I am consciously healing and growing.
I am consciously healing and growing.
I am walking and living out my purpose.
I am walking and living out my purpose.
I am showing up for myself.
I am showing up for myself.
I will be the best version of myself.
I will be the best version of myself.
Yes, you will. And I encourage you to speak affirmations such as those, or whatever you decide to speak over your life daily. That's mommy time too, y'all. Affirmations, affirming and claiming who you are so that you can grow into who you know that you can be. Call those things over your life that are not already there. I am are literally the two of the most powerful words that you can speak out to the universe. It allows you to depict your reality because we have that power. Speak life over your children as well. Affirm your children every morning on the way to school. Me and my kids, we speak affirmations. Even my 1-year-old, her favorite affirmation is, I am smart. And nobody will ever in her life be able to tell her that she's not smart. She literally puts emphasis on that one affirmation. Start early, okay? It's so important because they also have that power, okay? Before I leave you all, if you allow, I would like to read an excerpt from my personal journal. And if you don't have a journal, I need you to get one like yesterday, okay? I want you to write down all of your feelings, all of your thoughts, your visions and desires for your life, important encounters that you have that may change you for the better or for the worse. Release in your journal, okay? Writing things down is very important. That's a whole nother sermon. But I do journal often, and I guess we could call this a poem. Even though I'm not a poet, I just journal what comes and it turns out to be something. But it's titled The Search. It begins within that search. You know, the search for love, purpose, and peace. The search we all have at one point in our lives that may drive us insane in the beginning, but brings us joy at the end of the journey. It's in you. You just got to put in that work. You got to put in that inner work. Believe that everything that you need is applicable through you. Your soul holds all of the puzzle pieces, every single one. You just have to take the time and have space to put them together. Separate from the facade of the world, just for a little bit. Dive into your personal bubble, your feelings, your emotions, your intentions and desires. It's up to you to bring that to life. Don't give up on yourself. Please don't ever give up on yourself. And remember that you have the power to do it. It's in you. I thank you all so much for allowing me to be in your presence. My name is Jess the Divine Hippie. It's been an honor.
Visual by Levi.